Hey there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Today I am working with this color palette, and it was an inspiration piece at the Secret Not Secret Kit Club for one of the challenges, and I think that was from the September one. And I'm primarily working with the middle three colors, the purple, the blue, and the green, and using a whole bunch of Chamel's field trip collection for this layout. So I am documenting my grandson's 7-month-old pictures, and I knew I wanted to have it so that I have a picture in the upper right and a picture in the lower left, and kind of going off of the page. So I'm starting with this black. It's black on one side with all of the solar system type pattern on it, and I gutted it because I want to use the rest of the rest of the paper for a different layout. I just wanted that little black border around this purple piece, and I really like the purple. I decided to use that color because he has a purple octopus with him. It's kind of like a mottled blue and burgundy, and when in the areas that they meet, it has that kind of purplish color, and it just looks really good with that purple paper. So I've taken the paper that has the yellow border there. That is from the journaling pad, and then there's a gray paper that I took a couple of strips off of, you see right there, and that is also, that's from the gray paper that you see on the right hand side there. It's the back side of the black space paper that is bordering the entire layout. And then the blue paper is from one of the other journaling pads. It might be Sparkle City, I'm not 100% sure. But it is pretty much all products from Chamel's paper lines, and I'm really enjoying mixing those up. And I'm primarily using those in his album, so it's a lot of fun to do his album because all of her papers are so wonderfully colored, and they're all interchangeable, so I really enjoy that. And I do have to cut some of these papers in half so that they can span the distance across behind the photos. I'm just kind of stretching them, and I want to make sure that I have a little bit of each of the papers showing above and below the photo, and it took me a little bit here to get it on here correctly, and I'm going to mess around with it for a little bit trying to get it all lined up and perfect, and then I'll get his photo situated as well. Now, if you're not familiar with the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, you can go check them out over at redefinedcreative.com, and that's creative with a K. I'll put a link down below for you. And then what she does, Christina does, is she has a monthly online crop party, and there's all kinds of challenges involved. And so the inspiration piece, or the color palette, was one of the challenges. And I didn't actually do this on the party weekend. I did this a little bit after it, but I really liked the colors and thought I would go ahead and use it anyway, even though it wasn't being submitted towards any challenges or anything like that. You can win prizes for some of the challenges that she offers, but I wasn't really concerned about it, and I had other things going on that weekend, so I was a little late to the party, but hey, I did get at least one of the challenges done a little late, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to start embellishing. I've fussy cut these two pieces out of that piece of paper that you just saw on the right hand side. And the top one is "You Are My Lucky Star," and the other one says "Big things often have small beginnings," and I thought those were just totally perfect for a baby layout. You could use them for so many different things, it's amazing. But he's a pretty tiny guy. Well, he's a big guy in these pictures. He's 7 months old. That little circle that you see right in the center is a punched, I used a small punch to punch out this sticker that my daughter had on his blanket, and it says 7 months on it, and it's the perfect colors. It's got that same turquoisey color as his blanket, and then the greenish color for the number 7. It's a greenish yellow. And so I printed a couple extra pictures so that it would I would be able to use that little punched image. So now for this little thing that says hello on it, it's one of those hello name badges. I used the Jen Scow stamps Yeah, they're called stamps. Having my brain's not working 100% today, obviously. Anyway, I went ahead and used those to stamp his name, which is Noah, and I'm using some colors from these Gina K ink pads to kind of just dress them up a little bit. And the stamp set does come with the center part of the O that you can punch, and then a straight line so you can punch in like the beginning of the N or the H, and then it has a little short line to stamp over like the center of the A or the H. So I really liked the stamp set. It's the first time I've used it, and it's pretty cool. So hopefully I'll be able to use it again on some other layouts coming up pretty quick. Now the little viewfinder thing, I made sure that I had all the greens, blues, and purples showing because I wanted to keep to that color scheme. The reds and oranges I kind of tucked underneath the piece there that I'm putting down now. And then I popped those two sayings up onto some foam, and I'm going to glue them down with some liquid glue. I'm just using the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, which I really like. It dries fast and goes on really easily. And then the little 7 months, I'm putting one in each of those clusters. And this one I decided to put it in the center of the O, and I just like how it looked there. And I thought it was just a nice little addition to everything. So I'm going to use some of the little tabs to decorate some of the areas here and bring a little bit of additional color to both of the embellishment areas. And I'll have some tabs and labels at the top of each one of those pictures. Then there's a little green sticker that's going to go on the top of the right hand side, and it'll say awesome. And then there's a green one that goes on the lower side. That's the awesome I just put down, and the other one that I'm putting down now says big plans. I really like how those look, and it brings that green across all the way to the other side. I think pretty much everything I used for the embellishments, with the exception of some hearts that are from Head in the Clouds, I think pretty much everything is from Field Trip. So that's pretty cool. I am going to use some sequins that are not from Chamel. They are from Spiegelman Scraps. And if you order a kit from Christina, a lot of the paper lines, like I ordered all of Field Trip, there is a sequin pack that Jody over at Spiegelmom has made for that kit. And so Christina will pair it up for you. Now, I don't think the ones that I'm pulling right now are actually from that kit. I'm pulling these little tiny hearts, and I'm just going to have those floating up from the top of the pictures and then floating down from the bottom of the pictures. And they're super small, and they're like an iridescent green color. So that's going to take me just a few moments to put down. And I really like the way those look, and I'm just gluing those down with my same liquid adhesive as I was using before. And then my title is going to go right in the center, and it's going to say Cool Kid, and I'm using the font that comes with Field Trip, and I love how it looks. It's in that same green color, so I think it's totally perfect. And then I'm leaving areas above and below the photos for my daughter to do journaling, and we get together periodically, and she goes through and adds journaling to all of his pages. Unless I happen to be at the event, then maybe I'll add the journaling for her, or maybe I'll add something that I want to say about him. But she adds a lot of the journaling to these pages, which I think is really cool. She has scrapbooked in the past, but she doesn't have time for it right now, and especially with a new baby. So she's pretty happy that I got these books together for her, and that I'm making pages to keep a good record of his first year. First year is super important, and they grow so much and change so much in the first year. I feel like you can't really have too many pages documenting that first year and all of the milestones that they hit. I really think the hardest part about documenting his life, or any baby in their first year of life, is not going overboard, because I could easily scrapbook every picture of him that I have. Um, but, you know, his books are going to be huge if I do that. So you kind of have to pick and choose. But I think it's super important to document the milestones. So we try to at least get every monthly photo on there. And you know, the big stuff, like he started cruising, he started crawling, he started sitting up, rolling over, all those things. It's all good stuff. So that's going to bring us pretty much to the end of the layout. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love for you to leave them down below, and I would get back to you as quickly as I can. Stick around for the close-ups. They're coming up in just a moment. Talk to you next time.